Well, 7 weeks after the town of Mammoth Lakes filed for bankruptcy protection, the town and its major creditor, Mammoth Lakes Land Acquisition, have reached a tentative agreement to settle the $43 million court judgment. Bennett Kessler filed this report. Now, for more than a year, officials from the town and MLLA have talked, then quit talking, and finally were ordered to mediate by U.S. bankruptcy court. Assistant Town Manager Mariana Marashiva Martinez emailed the news of a settlement to the media and a long list of interested people, and that was just after 7 o'clock Tuesday night. Martinez said that, quote, "The town will not be able to provide further comment regarding the settlement," end quote, beyond information in the press release. Now, that release says that the town and MLLA have reached a, quote, "tentative agreement on a settlement of the $43 million court judgment held by MLLA against the town," end quote. The release says Terrence Ballas is also a party to the settlement. He is the developer holding commercial development rights under the town's 1997 airport development agreement and associated leases. Now, the press release, which you can see in full on our website, sierrawave.net, says the settlement will address all development agreement contract breaches, which were the subject of the original lawsuit that led to a $30 million judgment that has expanded to $43 million over several years. Now, the town of Mammoth Lakes and MLLA have talked about a settlement guided by U.S. bankruptcy judge Elizabeth Paris. That has been going on since August 6th. Now, the press release from the town of Mammoth Lakes says the two sides did reach an agreement on the amount and terms and, quote, "signed a term sheet containing the settlement's key points." The settlement agreement, says the release, including any and all terms, will remain confidential until it is fully documented and executed, end quote. Now, during the process of documenting and approving the settlement, all discovery and litigation among the parties will be put on hold. Some key bankruptcy court deadlines will remain, including a deadline to file objections to the town's eligibility for bankruptcy protection by entities not party to the settlement. Now, officials say the town of Mammoth Lakes will provide additional information to the public as soon as the settlement documentation is finalized and filed for court approval. This is expected, officials say, within weeks. Then the town will hold public meetings to discuss how to finance the settlement. Sierra Wave emailed a question to Assistant Town Manager Martinez about whether the town will still pursue bankruptcy protection, and we await her response. Well, Inyo County Court Executive Officer Tammy Grimm reported to the Inyo supervisors this week that state budget money problems have become Inyo County's problems. She said that court construction funds have instead paid for operation of the courts due to budget shortfalls. Now, Bennett Kessler also filed this report that notes that Inyo's anticipated $30 million court building will likely not happen, and Ms. Grimm added that the state rated Inyo's locally held court funding that would have paid for a small facility in Independence. Now, the Inyo supervisors have been inclined to support Inyo's court projects, but Ms. Grimm said that the governor's final budget directed that, quote, "any court with money in bank accounts or savings must use it to help absorb $235 million of the state's deficit," end quote. Now, this included $1.5 million that the Inyo court saved to help build the Independence Court facility next to the jail. Now, the court executive officer said she and the judges have fought against the loss of local funds and the loss of the larger project with letters and personal appearances before the Judicial Council. Judge Brian Lamb and Ms. Grimm will make a presentation before the Judicial Council Facilities Working Group on September 3rd in support of the bond-funded $30 million project in Bishop. Grimm had asked the Inyo County Board of Supervisors for a letter of support in this matter. Grimm acknowledged that many citizens were not pleased with the decision to place the new courthouse in Bishop, but she said the county needs new court facilities. State legislators have taken the position that funds for operations trump spending money on new buildings. Well, citizens and officials of June Lake continue to work on ideas to keep the economy afloat in the face of the June Mountain ski area closure. Now, a new group called the June Lake Revitalization Committee has expanded the effort from a way to keep the mountain open to many ways to expand recreation and the economy in June Lake without the mountain. Now, Supervisor-elect for the June Lake area, Tim Alpers, said a $100,000 grant from Mono County will go to the Mono County Tourism Commission and onto the community of June Lake to help with a number of economic development efforts. Now, Alpers said that the Revitalization Committee met Sunday and broke into 4 subcommittees. One, he said, will deal with research into a new buyer or operator for June Mountain. Another committee will look into development of new activities in June Lake. A third committee will focus on work to make the new recreation opportunities function, and the fourth committee will concentrate on improving the appearance of the town. All of the subcommittees will report to Patty Heinrich, the main committee co-chair. Now, Alpers said that some of the new recreation possibilities are a groomed cross-country ski trail connecting to Forest Service trails, new snow play areas, and a new snowmobile concession. Well, Bennett Kessler also filed this report. The Howard Jarvis Association says that it believes the new state fire fee charge to dwellings is an illegal tax. Association officials say they will legally challenge the constitutionality of the fire fee. Meanwhile, they advise homeowners to pay the fee and wait for a refund if they win their court case. Now, president of the Jarvis Group, John Kupel, has called the new fee a tax that had to be approved by 2/3 of the legislature. AB X 129 was approved by a simple majority vote. Now, the bill states that the funds collected each year will pay for fire prevention, not firefighting. The state says the new fee will bring in $84 million per year. Now, the fee is mainly charged to rural residents in wildfire-prone areas like the Eastern Sierra. Locally elected officials have expressed opposition to the bill, but few expect that move to change anything. The Jarvis lawsuit just might. Now, that group has also posted information on how to protest the fire fee, and you can see that at firetaxprotest.org. Now, the Jarvis Association says if you are late paying your bill, the Board of Equalization can assess penalties and interest. They also say that the fee is a lien on private property. Now, if the Jarvis Group prevails in court, they say there may be refunds. To qualify for a refund, you have to pay your bill first. The Jarvis website includes a form to protest the fee. Now, the annual fee amounts to $150 per habitable dwelling. Property owners who already pay a local fire district tax do get a $35 credit. Now, another website holds additional information, and that would be firepreventionfee.org. That website says the new fees pay for brush clearance, forest health, fire break construction, defensible space inspections, emergency evacuation planning, fire prevention measures, fire hazard severity maps, and implementation of the state fire plan. We'll be back with more news.